Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, you know the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this year looks no different. Rumors are swirling around the possibility of the Atlanta Falcons making a bold move that could reshape their secondary and give them that extra edge to push for a deep playoff run. The name at the center of this speculation: L'Jarius Sneed, currently with the Tennessee Titans, a team that's been struggling mightily this season, sitting at 2-9 with their defense leaking points and yards all over the field. And let me tell you, this potential trade is creating quite a buzz among fans and analysts alike, because it could be exactly what the Falcons need to solidify their secondary and take a step closer to becoming serious contenders in the NFC. So what's the story? Well, the Titans, despite having a talented roster, are in full rebuild mode now after a disappointing start to the season. Their defense, which was supposed to be a strength, has been anything but, giving up an average of 1 points per game. They're also dealing with cap space constraints with about $19 million free and are trying to rebuild their roster, especially on the defensive line and at wide receiver. The Titans are apparently open to trading Sneed, a player who's been a disruptive force in the secondary when healthy, in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's a pretty significant move for the Falcons, who are looking to upgrade their secondary after a tough season that saw them struggling to contain opposing WRs and quarterbacks. And what makes Sneed such an attractive target? Well, his stats are impressive across the board. Since entering the league in 2020, he's accumulated 260 solo tackles, 92 assists, 6 sacks, 10 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles. His PFF grade averages around 85.8, and his coverage rating hovers near 87.0, allowing just 3.9 yards after catch per reception and maintaining an EPA per target of about 12. Basically, Sneed is a shutdown corner, a guy who can take away the opponent's top receiver and make life miserable for quarterbacks trying to pick him apart. His big play numbers are also notable. He's held opponents to just 12 big plays per game, and his ability to erase deep threats is exactly what the Falcons are looking for as they try to bolster their secondary. This potential acquisition could have a major impact on the Falcons' defense, especially in the NFC South, where division rivals like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New Orleans Saints are trying to find their footing. The Falcons, currently sitting at 3-4, have shown promise but need to tighten up their secondary, especially with players like Harrison on injured reserve and Bowman questionable for Week 13. Adding a player of Sneed's caliber could elevate their coverage, reduce big plays allowed, and help them close out games more effectively. Imagine Sneed paired with A.J. Terrell, forming a formidable tandem that can shut down top receivers and create turnovers at crucial moments. That kind of secondary upgrade could turn the Falcons into one of the most feared defenses in the NFC, especially in the red zone where they've struggled at times this year. Now, what about the specifics of Sneed's performance? Well, for the Titans this season, he's played in 7 games, making 18 solo tackles and 8 assists, with no sacks or interceptions so far. But it's important to note that he's been a key part of their pass defense, helping improve their efficiency by about 10%. His run-stop percentage remains strong at around 28%, and he's been free of major injuries, which is always a good sign. When you watch him play, you see a guy who's instinctive, aggressive, and always in the right place at the right time. He's like a ghost in coverage, shutting down receivers and forcing quarterbacks to look elsewhere. His ability to erase yards after catch and limit big plays makes him a perfect fit for the Falcons' aggressive, ball-hawking defense. But why would the Titans consider parting ways with Sneed? Well, they're facing cap issues with about $19 million in space, and with the pending extension for Ridley, they need to free up some room. Plus, the Titans are in the middle of a rebuild, prioritizing their defensive line and wide receivers. Their secondary, which has been solid in the past, has taken a hit, and losing an elite corner like Sneed could be a blow, but they may prioritize other positions now. The Titans are reportedly looking to rebuild their pass rush, and after allowing just 3 sacks per game last year, they want to improve that number further. Snead's departure could be part of that plan, freeing cap space and focusing on rebuilding their front seven. For the Falcons, acquiring Snead would be a game-changer. His man-coverage skills are elite, and when paired with A.J. Terrell, they'd form a shutdown duo capable of taking away top receivers like Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. This could lead to a significant boost in turnovers, possibly an increase of around 8 interceptions, pushing the total up from 10 to 18, which would be huge for Atlanta's chances to flip games and generate more scoring opportunities. Not only that, but with Snead's presence on the outside, the Falcons' overall points allowed could drop from around 26, 9 to about 21 per game, making their defense much more formidable. Looking at the big picture, this move could also impact the Falcons' chances in the postseason. If Snead can elevate their secondary to elite status, their odds of making a deep playoff run increase substantially. Drafting and developing a shutdown corner like Snead could be the difference-maker in tight games, especially in the playoffs where every possession counts. His ability to erase big plays and force turnovers aligns perfectly with the Falcons' goal of becoming a ball-controlled, aggressive defense. Plus, with the NFC South still wide open, a fortified secondary could help Atlanta take control of the division and set their sights on a deep playoff push, maybe even a trip to the Super Bowl. Now, of course, everything hinges on the details of the trade and whether the Titans decide to part ways. But the potential is clear. Adding a player like Snead could be the move that puts Atlanta over the top. It's not just about one player, but about signaling to the entire league that the Falcons mean business. They're serious about contending, and they're willing to make bold moves to get back to the top. The NFL offseason is all about these strategic moves, and a trade for Snead could be one of the most talked-about deals of the year if it materializes. And let's not forget, this isn't just about boosting the secondary. It's also about sending a message to NFC South rivals that the Falcons are not messing around. They're building a team that can compete at the highest level, and this move would be a clear statement of their intentions. The fans, the city, everyone is eager to see how this unfolds, because a corner of Snead's caliber can truly transform a defense and a season. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we look ahead, the Falcons are poised to make some significant moves this offseason, and a trade for Snead could be just the beginning. Fans are dreaming of a revamped defense that can shut down the league's best offenses and make Atlanta a true contender. With the right pieces in place and a little bit of luck, the Falcons could be looking at a playoff run that culminates in a deep push toward the Super Bowl. The NFC is wide open, and if they can solidify their secondary with a player like Snead, their chances of making noise increase exponentially. It's an exciting time for Atlanta fans, and while nothing is set in stone yet, the possibilities are tantalizing. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. Do you think this trade can happen? Would Snead be the missing piece to unlock their potential? Let us know what you're thinking. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. The offseason is just heating up, and with moves like this potentially on the horizon, it's shaping up to be one of the most exciting periods in recent franchise history. Keep that passion alive, Falcons fans, because the best is yet to come.